I remember the day I enlisted in the Carthaginian army like it was yesterday. I was just a young man, barely out of my teenage years, but I was eager to prove myself and serve my city. Carthage was a powerful and wealthy nation, and I was proud to be a part of it. As a soldier, I was trained in the art of warfare, learning how to fight with a sword, a shield, and a javelin. I was also trained in the use of siege engines and other military equipment. I was eager to put my skills to the test, and I didn't have to wait long. The First Punic War had been raging for years, and Carthage was struggling to defend itself against the Roman Empire. I was deployed to the front lines, where I saw some of the bloodiest battles of my life. I remember the sound of arrows whizzing past my ears, the smell of sweat and blood, and the screams of the wounded. It was a chaotic and terrifying experience, but I fought bravely and did my part to defend my city. One of the most memorable battles I fought in was the Battle of Cannae. We were outnumbered by the Romans, but our general, Hannibal, had a plan. He had us form a tight circle, with our shields protecting us from the enemy arrows and swords. The Romans charged at us, but we held our ground, and their attacks were unable to break through our defenses. We then counterattacked, and the Romans were caught off guard. It was a brutal and bloody battle, but we emerged victorious. Despite our victories, the war dragged on for years, and the casualties mounted. I saw many of my friends and comrades fall in battle, and it was heartbreaking. But we continued to fight, driven by our loyalty to Carthage and our determination to defend our city. I remember the day we received news that the Roman army had invaded our homeland. We were determined to defend our city to the last man, and we fought with everything we had. But despite our bravery, we were vastly outnumbered, and it soon became clear that we were no match for the Roman army. I was captured by the Romans and taken as a prisoner of war. I was forced to watch as they sacked our city, looting and burning everything in their path. It was a devastating blow, and I felt a deep sense of shame and loss. But even in the midst of this defeat, I found solace in the camaraderie of my fellow soldiers. We stuck together, supporting each other through the darkest of times. And as we were marched off to our captivity, I knew that we would never forget the sacrifices we had made for Carthage. I spent many years in captivity, but I never lost hope. I knew that one day Carthage would rise again, and we would have our revenge.